A teen helps an injured dog on the highway. He didn't expect the helicopter that landed hours later. The evening sky was a bruised canvas of purple and orange, heavy with impending rain. Along the lonely highway, a faint whimper caught the wind. A teenager knelt on the cracked pavement, his hands trembling as they pressed gently against a trembling injured dog. Neither could have guessed that hours later a helicopter would arrive, turning a desperate act into a miraculous redemption. The highway cut like a scar through the wide-open fields of rural Maine, where the forests whispered secrets and the wind carried memories of storms long past. It was late October. Leaves swirled in crisp gusts like embers blown from a dying fire. The scent of damp earth and wood smoke hung low, heavy with melancholy. Jonah, a lanky teenager with eyes too old for his years, walked along the shoulder of the road, boots scraping against gravel. His breath came in shallow bursts, his mind tangled in worry. His dark jacket, too large and worn thin at the seams, flapped in the wind. In his pocket, a crumpled note from his mother told him to keep going, to stay strong. He glanced down this road where a flicker of movement caught his eye. There, barely visible in the fading light, a dog lay sprawled and broken. Its fur was tangled, mottled with dirt and dark blood. Its breaths were shallow, punctuated by soft whimpers that pierced Jonah's heart. The dog's eyes, liquid and desperate, locked with Jonah's. For a moment, time held its breath. Jonah's hands shook as he lowered himself beside the creature, his fingers hovering uncertainly before gently touching its side. The warmth of the dog's body was faint, but it was alive. "I'm here," Jonah murmured. "I won't leave you." The highway's roar seemed miles away now, replaced by the fragile sound of two souls tethered by pain and hope. Jonah's mind raced. The dog needed help, but how? The nearest town was miles ahead, and he had no car or money. He felt the weight of his own life's burdens. A sick mother, unpaid bills, a future uncertain and gray. His fingers closed around the dog's collar, rough and worn. "I don't know if we can make it," he whispered, voice cracking. "But I have to try." With care, he lifted the dog into his arms. The creature trembled but did not resist, trusting him, for reasons Jonah could not understand. The first cold raindrops fell, spattering against their skin like tiny, urgent alarms. Step by step, Jonah pressed forward along the slick road, his boots slipping slightly on loose gravel. His arms ached with the dog's weight, but he refused to falter. Cars sped past, some slowing briefly, others honking impatiently. No one stopped. The rain picked up, drumming on the dog's fur and Jonah's jacket, soaking into his hair and chilling his skin. Along the way, memories flickered. Of his own childhood dog, Max. Of better days before sickness and hardship shadowed his family. He spoke softly to the dog, telling stories of home, of warmth and love. Finally, lights shimmered ahead. A small town nestled against the darkening sky. Jonah's pace quickened, muscles screaming in protest. Ahead, the vet clinic sign glowed softly through the rain. It was a beacon of hope. Pushing open the door, Jonah entered a world of antiseptic and soft murmurs. Dr. Miller looked up from a stack of files, surprise and concern mingling in her eyes. "This dog is in rough shape," she said briskly, guiding them into a treatment room. The sterile smell wrapped around Jonah like a cloak. He watched as Dr. Miller worked, her hands steady but quick. The dog whimpered, eyes fluttering but clinging to consciousness. Jonah reached out, gripping the paw gently. Hours passed. Time stretched thin as monitors beeped and the storm raged. Outside. Finally, Dr. Miller stepped back, exhaustion lining her face. "You did well bringing him here," she said softly. Suddenly, the clinic phone rang sharp and insistent. Dr. Miller answered, her face paling. "Jonah, you need to come outside." Puzzled, he followed her out into the rain where the wind whipped fiercely. At the edge of the clinic, the roar of a helicopter grew louder, its blades stirring the storm. Captain Reynolds, a tall man in a sharp uniform, approached, urgency in his eyes. "That dog is Scout," he said solemnly. "A service dog for veterans. You saved his life." Jonah felt the weight of those words settle on him like a gentle rain. Scout had been more than a dog, a lifeline for those lost in darkness. Captain Reynolds invited Jonah to visit the base, to meet the men and women Scout had helped. Jonah's tears mingled with rain as hope began to root in his heart. "You're not broken," he whispered to himself. "You're becoming." Weeks later, Jonah stood on the base watching Scout work with veterans. Laughter, tears, and healing filled the air. Jonah's own burdens felt lighter now, shared by a newfound family. The sun broke through the clouds, golden and warm. Jonah smiled, knowing that a single act of kindness had changed everything, for Scout, for himself, and for all those still searching for hope. If this story touched your heart, consider subscribing for more inspiring tales of hope, healing, and unexpected kindness. Hit the like button and share this with someone who needs it today.